Hello.
Excuse me for dropping in.
I'm muted. Are you ready? We are here with another episode of Ferris 64. I was muted for a second there. That'll be cut out of the uploaded version. Hope you're all doing very, very good today. We have another jam-packed episode of Ferris 64 right here, right now
They're
for
sexy.
y'all. It is absolutely jam-packed today. Hope everyone's doing good, though. Congrats to Gritty Waffles for being first. Also, welcome in Lucy. Hope you're all doing well. What do we got on the document today? Like this week started off. I was like, yeah, maybe it's going to be a little bit slower. Nope. Nope. Things heated up pretty fast. We're going to start off this episode by going through the 50 best Nintendo 64 games of all time for the 30th anniversary of the N64. That'll be the first thing we do. This has been curated by Nintendo Life. We'll see if I agree with the list. As you know, I'm a big N64 fan. Also, Valve, they announced that their gaming system is coming. Grand Theft Auto 6 has a ton of shit out right now. That kind of blew up. Bungie layoffs, Xbox price increases, Star Fox remake stuff, Black Ops 1 and 2 pricing, which is actually pretty crazy. And all those things, all those different things, plus many, many, many more things to go through. We are, of course, going to start off with the top 50 Nintendo 64 games of all time as curated by Nintendo Life, like I said. We are watching some old footage of me playing Donkey Kong 64, which, is one of my favorites. That was a long time ago. That was what, 4 or 5 years ago now. Time flies. All right, it's time. We are going to load it up. All right, here we go. The 50 best Nintendo 64 games of all time, as curated by NintendoLife.com. We're about to go through this and see if I agree with all of them. And let me know if you agree with them as well. If I see 007 GoldenEye in the top 10, I'm probably going to be pretty pissed off. Well, let's see what happens. All right, we're rounding in with number 50. WWF WrestleMania, don't care. Pokemon Stadium at number 49. This seems a little low. I mean, just based on how many people love this game, but there you go. StarCraft 64. Yep, don't have any opinion about that one. Space Station Silicon Valley, do not care. WCW NWO Revenge. All right, really, really good stuff. We're starting out with like the best games here. Duke Nukem 64. I'm sure that's an excellent game. Jet Force Gemini, lower. Should be lower on the list, honestly. Worms Armageddon. I guess not too bad. Turok 2, Seeds of Evil, whatever. Ooh, that's the first controversial one in my opinion. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer for the N64. Number 41. This is generally one of my favorite racing games of all time. The remake not remake. I'm sorry, the HD re-release is pretty good, but the original version of the game is pretty classic. I'm very surprised that it's this low on the list. In all honesty, I mean it's a true classic. I mean I would put it up there probably towards the 20s, maybe even into the top 15. That is just my opinion. Mortal Kombat Trilogy seems a bit high for this one. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 seems a little bit low for this one. 39. I feel like that's a little bit low. Doom 64. Once again, feels a little bit low. I say low. It's weird when you do these lists. Low kind of means that it's too low on the list, but high means that it's too. You know what I'm saying. Mario Party 64. I would put this lower. Like I would put this towards the 40s or even into the 50, like closer to the 50. The original Mario Party is not a good game. It's just one of those ones that yeah, it's just not a good game. This is criminal. This is criminal in my opinion. Donkey Kong 64 at number 36. I honestly don't agree with this at all. I mean, yeah, it does have some like obsessive collecting in it, but in general, like the game is very good. It's a very good game. I mean, the quirks about it actually make it better, in my opinion. Um, they didn't even get original screenshots for the game. They got screenshots from Nintendo Switch Online, which is honestly the worst way to play this game and Banjo Kazooie, as I found out. The graphics just are they're too sharp. You need to have that little bit of fuzz around the edges, or your shit doesn't look as good. But yeah, this is like I would put this in the 20s. That's just me. Harvest Moon 64, do not care. Pilot Wing 64, yes, a launch title for the system. You land aircraft. This definitely deserves to be higher than Donkey Kong 64. And pod racing. Don't forget pod racing as well. I'm gonna be salty about this all fucking day. Quake 2, whatever. Kirby 64. All right. Ogre Battle 64. Okay. Mischief Makers. Don't care. Blast Corps. Man, this is another one. It's like, yeah, it's a fine game, but better than pod racing. Better than pod racing. Okay, sure. Game On's Great Adventure, Mario Golf, Rayman 2, WWF. We're putting WWF games above fucking pod racing then. All right, Pokemon Snap. I understand this one. I get this one. Pokemon Stadium 2. Okay, that makes more sense that they have the second game this high on the list. Okay, I guess I kind of agree with that. 9 out of 10, though, from that. That's pretty generous. Sin and Punishment, you know me, I'd put this one towards the 40s, in my opinion. Not crazy about that one. Mystical Ninja starring Gaiman. Sure. Yeah. Mario Tennis. I mean, come on. We're putting sports games above Donkey Kong 64. Come on now. Like how good can this game actually be? It's fucking tennis, you know? Like give me a break. Wave Race 64. This is a good one. 19 at number 19. I would put it higher on the list. I would put it a little bit more towards 10 in my opinion. Mario Party 3. I feel like Mario Party 3 is the best Mario Party on the system, which this does tell me that Mario Party 2 is probably going to be higher, which I'm going to be upset about. Resident Evil 2 at number 17. This is the top 50 Nintendo 64 games of all time, as curated by NintendoLife.com. Resident Evil 2, sure. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. So this is at 16. I love Rogue Squadron. I think Rogue Squadron, the original game, is actually the best of the trilogy of Rogue Squadron games. I would probably, I think I actually kind of agree with this one, but of course I would put pod racing above it. But I do actually agree with the placement here. I don't think it's a perfect game, but it's definitely the best that you can get from Rogue Squadron in the series, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Mario Kart 64. This one makes sense being this high on the list. Probably in a pretty perfect spot there. Personally, I do prefer Episode 1 pod racing, but that's just me. Conker's Bad Fur Day. I've never enjoyed this game. I think it does deserve to be on a top 50 list, sure. But also at the same time, I've never connected with this one. I tried to play it a few years ago. At this point, it's just the humor never really mashed up for me. The gameplay never really was there for me. Yeah, just one of these games where it's not my thing. But I mean, you know, I think it deserves to be on this list, or I think it deserves to be at number 14. I don't know. At least it is lower than Banjo Kazooie because we haven't seen that yet. Mario Party 2. Speaking of placements here, Mario Party 2 at number 13. I mean, look, the game is good. I do think that Mario Party 2 in general is a good Mario Party game. I just think that Mario Party 3 kind of keyed in the formula a bit more. But there you go, Mario Party 2. Banjo Tooie. This is way too high. I think that. I think that Banjo Tooie, in a lot of ways, is just a bad sequel. I once again, this is another game where I've never enjoyed. No matter how many times I try, I just cannot get behind this game. It's just one of those. It's one of these things where it's a very a long and arduous process to just get like one thing. And they took the criticism of Banjo Kazooie and Donkey Kong 64, and they were like, okay, how do we piss off the most people? And yeah, they kind of did that with Banjo Tooie. Yeah, this is definitely way too high. A 9 out of 10 is way too high of a number in my opinion. Um, there you go. I would put this probably. I honestly this would probably be pretty low on the list for me, and probably not even on the list if it was my personal list. But there you go. Diddy Kong Racing at number 11. This is low. This should be like top 5 at least. I mean after a recent and they gave this an 8 out of 10. They gave Banjo Tooie a 9. They gave Diddy Kong Racing an 8. That's rough. That's fucking rough. Diddy Kong Racing is on, like I would actually put this above pod racing. Yo me, I love my pod racing. But Diddy Kong Racing is a very very good experience. Like this is one of those racing games that it's got a little bit of uniqueness in there. It's got a really weird roster of characters. Like nothing really matches up, but in general, like if you want a really good racer, I mean, look, they did do this right. They have pod racing and Mario Kart 64 below this game. But at the same time, I do feel like this one deserves to be whoop, 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 up a little bit higher, in my humble opinion. Let's get into the top 10. Here we go. F-Zero X. Not much to say about this one. I've never played this one. I think it's on the expansion pack service, so I do have the ability to play it eventually. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. Like, is it better than Diddy Kong Racing? I don't know. Is it better than Pod Racing? I don't know. But you know that's where it is. Number 10, Smash Bros. I don't see this being a top 10. Like, is it a good game? Is it unique? Did it start like an entire genre? Yes, but it's fucking rough. You go back and play it, it's a bit rough. I what the fuck? That's the wrong game. Yeah, it's a bit rough, and like I get that it does have cultural significance in the long run, but if we're being objective about the top 50 games on the Nintendo 64 of all time, I mean this one's definitely towards the 20s in my opinion. It's not the most amazing thing ever, but it definitely deserves a spot on this list. And that is just my once again humble opinion. Mm-hmm. Cal says, I don't love F-Zero X. Definitely not better than Diddy Kong Racing. All right, we agree. Perfect Dark. This is a game that I've never played. Once again, this is on the expansion pack service. This makes me really scared that they're about to put GoldenEye fucking higher than Perfect Dark. I'm a bit nervous about this list now because this Perfect Dark, a lot of people say is the best first-person shooter on the N64. I know there's not too many to choose from, but you know, good. I mean, good placement for what I've heard about it. That's sure. That's for sure. Okay, Star Fox 64. So I'm gonna come right out and say it. Probably number 5 for me. I actually probably I would say in the top 5. Star Fox 64, fantastic game. I mean, maybe I do kind of agree with this placement because it's not like the best game ever, but it's definitely one of my favorites. And I mean, there's a reason why it's been remade so many times, and that's because it's got a good formula, it has good level design, has good bosses as well. So you know, I think that this is a decent placement for Star Fox 64. In this list in general, there's a couple of things that I'm about to see that are probably going to be above this game that I'm not going to agree with, but we will see. Because next up is Paper Mario, and unfortunately, I've never played Paper Mario, the original one. I've played a couple of the other ones. I will say this one is definitely a bit more. I mean, I've watched like people play the game, and it's definitely a bit more out there in terms of like it's closer to, of course, the Thousand Year Door, which I mean, the comedy is kind of a little bit off the wall. There's a lot of like kind of risque things going on in the Paper Mario universe. So I do agree that yes, it deserves to be high up on this list for sure. I don't think that I don't think it deserves to be any lower for a lot of reasons. I just haven't played it yet. So like if I was making this list, it probably would be a bit lower than most people expect, just simply because like I respect the game, but also I've never played it. So there's that. It is on the expansion pack service. Next up is Banjo-Kazooie, and as you all know, this would definitely be my number one on this list. I think the N64 version of Banjo-Kazooie, even though it's not the best version of Banjo-Kazooie, it is definitely a good version of Banjo-Kazooie. It's a decent way to play the game. Yes, the Xbox 360 version is technically, in my opinion, the best way to play Banjo-Kazooie. I recently played the Nintendo Switch Online service version of the game, and even though it plays well, the graphics take a bit of a hit because they're trying to sharpen up everything, and what that does is it causes these little pixelization, like, what are they called? These like little squares appear around like the JPEGs and stuff like that, the spinning GIFs, and then like in the characters' pictures when they're talking, and it just kind of takes you out of the experience. So they tried to crispen the game up a little bit too much, which is kind of, I feel like, AI upscaling for these N64 games. It does really hurt them because at the end of the day, much like 8-bit games and 16-bit games, there's a reason why those games look that way, and it's because, guess what, they were supposed to be played on older hardware, including older TVs. And a lot of these N64 games, when you play them on the expansion pass service, there's no filter, really. I don't think there's a filter for like CRT TV, but that's kind of what it needs. It just makes it become, because like when you're playing the Xbox 360 version, it doesn't have that stuff. Like, I mean, it looks a little bit crisper, sure, but it's not like, I don't think they tried to do any upscaling with it. I mean, it was before that time, but this would be my number one. As you all know, I don't think there was any question to that. But I do know what's coming up here, and I'm about to be very, very angry that they put Mario 64 above this. And also, fucking GoldenEye at number 4. GoldenEye! Look, I've ranted about GoldenEye enough in my life. The N64 GoldenEye is shit, okay? You go back and play that, it is utterly unplayable, right? I've tried it, doesn't work. Play the Xbox 360 version, play the NSO expansion pack version, you're good. You can actually play the game. These old controls suck. The level design does not. I mean, look, the level design is weird. It's obscure at times, like just trying to find where you need to go, like what the objective actually is. I mean, look, it's also not really that good of a looking game. Like, there's really, like, there are way better looking N64 games as well. I know graphics aren't everything, but it's the whole thing. It's a whole. And I know people are nostalgic for the 4-player, PvP and whatnot. And yes, the soundtrack is incredible. And yes, it's a very beloved IP and all that stuff. Like, I get it. But also, you're putting this game above Banjo-Kazooie, Paper Mario, Star Fox, Perfect Darks, F-Zero, Smash Brothers, Diddy Kong Racing. Like, there's so many games that are technically better, just objectively, I should say, objectively better than GoldenEye. And look, I don't know what this person said in their little fucking thing here. I'm guessing they're like, oh, it's such a nostalgic experience. Yeah, I get it. It's just, but is this not supposed to be an objective list of the top 50 games on the N64? Why do we have 5 WWF games on this list and we have GoldenEye so high? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. This is one of those games that I've just shat on over and over and over again. And the only real way to play this game is either modding it on PC, like getting a PC version, which I think is how the game was supposed to be played. You can use a mouse and keyboard. It feels so fucking good. If you've played the PC version of this game, which is not official, it is very good. Or the Xbox version. I know the expansion, it's on the expansion pack as well, but the Xbox version is actually the superior version to play this game compared, between the two, right? The PC version is obviously a lot better, just from that versatility of using a mouse to aim. But if you're just like looking for a console version of the game, an official version of the game, like boom, the Xbox version is going to be your a top experience for this game. But you go back to the N64, it is not a top experience. It is less than stellar experience, and it's for a lot of reasons, but mainly it is just like an unplayable kind of thing. It's a very early concept first-person shooter. Yes, it's genre-defining. Yes, it's classic. Yes, it's nostalgia-filled. Yes, it has so many things that you can go, wow, I can't believe this game had that in it. This game had that in it, blah, blah, blah. That's great. Objectively, it's not a good game, though. And I think we can all agree with that. Number 4, I mean, every time we see an N64 list of like greatest games of all time, this game for whatever reason is still at the top. It's always in the top 10. A lot of times it's in the top 5, like it is here. And I just never agree with it because it's like, have you gone back and played that thing? It's not an 8 out of 10. I mean, I dare say it's probably not even a 5 out of 10. It's a pretty poor game. Like, your nostalgia blinds you for a lot of people. That was just a general like you. The nostalgia blinds a lot of people. So there you go. 007 number 4. All right, next up we have Super Mario 64. Do I think that this game deserves? This is not a 10 out of 10 experience, guys. Like, is it a good 3D platformer? Yes. Is it like one of those? Is it like a genre defining platformer? Yes. Yes. All those things. Yes. I agree with those things. Is it better than Banjo-Kazooie? No. No. I mean, a 10 out of 10 is pretty fucking rich on this one. I don't like, look, this was one of the first games I mean, this was technically the first game actually I had 2 games for the N64 when I originally got it for Christmas. We actually played Diddy Kong Racing before we played Mario 64 because that was a co-op game. But Mario 64 was one of the first experiences I had on the N64. And yes, even though it is a very good, like, it's a good nostalgic experience, I think in general it plays well, and I think that it is a good game. And also, like, it's probably like my favorite of the 3D Mario platformers, like next to fucking Bowser's Fury, right? Like, I think that it is like it has a perfect number of collectibles. It has a perfect number of gadgets and upgrades, like the caps you can get. It has a good number of levels. It has a pretty fun hub world. Like, all that stuff is great. I would say, like, yes, put Mario 64 in the top 10. I think it deserves to be in the top 10. Do I think it deserves to be above Banjo-Kazooie? No, I think Banjo-Kazooie in general is just a superior platformer in a lot of ways. There's a lot more going on. There's a lot more collectibles, sure, but like the design of the world is just, I think it's a little bit better. I think the Gruntilda's Lair as a hub world is just a little bit better. Like, yeah, the little bits and bobs you can get in there as well, just really cool stuff. So yeah, I feel like this is a bit overrated in like the nicest way possible, right? Like, GoldenEye is overrated in the meanest way possible. Mario 64 is a bit overrated in the nicest way possible because in general I do have a lot of nostalgia for this game. I still enjoy the experience when I play through it, right? I don't think it's a terrible game by any metric. But also at the same time, are we really seriously considering Mario 64 just in general better than Banjo-Kazooie? I don't think so. I don't think so. So the 8.8 is like user reviews. This is the 10 out of 10 is official site review. Next up is, oh, okay. So I know exactly what they're about to do here. Majora's Mask is number 2 and Ocarina of Time is number 1, of course. Of course. Ooh, oh, they're really pushing boundaries with this top 50 list here. They're putting the 2 Zelda games at the top. Of course, of course. Even though Ocarina of Time is a masterful game that I've never played fully. I played the demo on that GameCube Zelda grab bag. Even though I respect both of these games and I know that both of them are very beloved. And you know what? On an objective list, maybe Ocarina of Time does deserve to be number 1, right? If we're looking at this objectively and not subjectively, I think, yeah, okay, sure. Ocarina of Time definitely lives up there. The problem is, though, is when people talk about Ocarina of Time, even the diehard people who love this game and give it 10 out of 10, they go, yeah, but that water temple's pretty rough. Or, you know, this part of the game is a little rough, or oh, it starts off a bit slow, right? There are these like little criticisms that are like, okay, so is it a 10 out of 10, or is it like we're just giving it a 10 out of 10 because we respect the IP, we respect the name, we respect its impact on gaming? I don't know. For me personally, this is funny because I've never played either of these games fully all the way through, but when I played the Zelda collection, whatever it was on GameCube. I think it came with the GameCube, right? I spent more time playing Majora's Mask because the vibe is cooler and freakier, and it's got some like really cool things going on, right? Like it's got this really cool horror vibe to it. In like the little like character transformation stuff like that. Have I played through the whole thing? No. Do I feel like Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time? Maybe, in my opinion, just from the limited amount of time I've played either one. And you might say, well, Yemi, why don't you go and play through them both? I just don't feel like I'm not a Zelda fan. I played through like 2 games in the series, Wind Waker and fucking the one that was remade, A Link to the Past or whatever. Yeah, I mean this stuff is like, it's obviously all subjective. So like, once again, if Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask is your top N64 game, that's great. I respect that. Objectively, like I said, Ocarina of Time probably deserves to be at number 1. Objectively, like just from an outside, looking in kind of thing here. Me personally, yeah, my top 10 is a bit different from this one. I think in general, like, the top 10 isn't bad per se. I do feel like these 2 games, you gotta space them out a little bit, right? Like, we're going boom boom. Legend of Zelda is 2 of the top 10 games ever on the N64. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like Mario 64, slot that right here if you must, and put Majora's Mask here, or I don't know, maybe I'm not going to say Ocarina of Time because I'll probably cause a lot of uproar there, but at least switch these 2 games so you don't have 2 Zelda games right in a row, because then it just looks like you're sucking them off, right? This is a travesty. GoldenEye, like, I would put that at the bottom. Honestly, like, I respect the impact it had, but I would put that at the bottom. Banjo-Kazooie is at the top for me. They gave this a 10 out of 10. They gave Banjo-Kazooie a 10 out of 10. They gave Mario 64 a 10 out of 10. They gave Ocarina of Time a 10 out of 10. So technically, the list should go. I mean, if we're looking at this from their rating in general, like, we could put Banjo-Kazooie here, Mario 64 here, and Ocarina of Time here, and I don't think there would be any fucking problem. Or flip around Mario and Banjo, in my opinion. But you have 10 out of 10 there, 9 out of 10 there, 9 out of 10 there, but you have a 8 out of 10 at number 4. And look, I didn't read and see if this was curated by the players. We've compiled this list of N64 games to help you relive those treasured memories and maybe clue you in on 64-bit classics. So they just ordered this in their, like, with their own system, right? They just were like, oh, well, this is better than this, right? But the problem is that if you're gonna order stuff like that, why is there a 7 out of 10 game above an 8 out of 10 game? Like, this is like kind of like basic elementary shit. Also, like, look, I get it. Wrestling games were really popular on the N64. I get it. Why are there so many on this list? There's like 5 of them on this list. I think that those slots could definitely be reserved for something else. Like, yeah, sure, have the best WWF game on here, but like, there is so much better shit on the console. Like, even Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, I feel like, or 3 deserve to be on this list. Like, they only have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Kind of crazy. And this is also another travesty. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer being so far down is just really, really annoying. I don't get that one. Also, this is the only Star Wars game on this list, which is also pretty freaking crazy, because there's a lot of great Star Wars games on the N64 that called the N64 their home. Shadow of the Empire is one of them. Maybe not Battle for Naboo. Battle for Naboo is a bit of like a acquired taste, I suppose. But yeah, there's a lot of Star Wars games that could have been on this list as well. But no, we just have one. We're delegated the one. Oh, I guess the Rogue Squadron as well. That's 2. But this being so low, it does kind of irk me a little bit. Mario Party being on here, like all 3 of the Mario Parties being on this list, is just like, come on. Like, we know, like, Mario Party 1 is not even that good of a Mario Party game, right? It's classic, right? It's classic. It's brutal. But at the same time, like, on your top 50 list, like, why don't we switch this out for something that actually deserves to be there? Hydro Thunder was not on the list either. There was no Hydro Thunder. Donkey Kong 64 being so low is also another one that's like, I get there's a lot of criticism for this game, but like, I think a lot of that criticism is unfounded in a lot of ways. I feel like people overreact when they see how many like bananas you have to collect and whatnot. It's like, it's all kind of mapped out pretty nicely for you. Like, If there's yellow bananas, you go there with Donkey Kong and you do everything with Donkey Kong, right? And if there's red bananas, you do that with Diddy Kong. Like, I don't think it's that confusing. Like, sure, would a system of just switching out Kongs on the go be better? Yes, but they also designed the game around the fact that you need to switch out Kong. So if you need to go somewhere with Chunky Kong, you're gonna have his pineapple bazooka. You're gonna have his music, his triangle thing. You're gonna have his bananas. You're gonna have, like that's the thing. Like, I think it's designed actually pretty well. Yeah, Pilot Wings being on here is a bit of like an LOL. Yeah, I generally like. There's a lot of games on here that do make sense. Don't get me wrong, but the order of the games is just making me scratch my head a bit. I mean, look, you have Pokemon Stadium 2 rated at a 9 out of 10 on your website at 23. Make it make sense. You know, it's Sin and Punishment 9 out of 10. It's below an 8 out of 10. It's below a fucking 8 out of 10. It's below an 8 out of 10. Like, there's we can go through this whole list and be like, okay, well, why is Mario Party 2, which is an 8 out of 10, why is that above a 9 out of 10? You know? So yeah, my list would definitely be a lot different. I would probably put Diddy Kong Racing at number 2 and Banjo-Kazooie at number 1. Star Fox 64 probably number 3. Mario at number 4. Wave Race at number 5. Pod Racing at number 6. Like, this is yeah. I mean, I going into this list, I knew it was gonna. I kind of figured how it was going to go. I was hoping that the slobbering on GoldenEye's knob would not be as apparent, but like, yeah, put it at number 4 on your greatest games on the N64, and it's just like, no, it's just not a good game. It's not. I respect it, but I don't gotta like it. So there you go. What did you think of NintendoLife.com's top 50 games of all time on the Nintendo 64 of all time? Let me know in the comments below. And suck my cock. All right, let's move on to coming soon. Yeah, all right. It's time for the Discourse. GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6. This is coming, folks. I guess they're not going to delay it again, which is what my idea was, that they were probably going to delay it because we hadn't heard anything about it. Funny story, actually. They were supposed to release trailer 3 today because the pre-orders went live today, but I don't think it was uploaded yet. Yep, this one says in a few hours. That was 11 hours ago. Will trailer 3 finally be revealed? 15 hours ago. Yeah, so they have not shown us trailer 3 yet. I don't know what this is. Grand Theft Auto 3 trailer 3 months ago. I feel like this is maybe this is the leaked trailer. I don't know. I find it relatively humorous that they put out. So okay. I'm okay. Let me rewind here. I'm burnt out on Grand Theft Auto 6, and the game isn't even fucking out yet. Okay, the online discourse around this game is baffling, to say the least. First up, this is an $80 game. Normally, in any other circumstance, I would say fine. $80 game. We knew it was going to happen. Like, that was my prediction for this game, was it was going to be $80. I don't think that's a bad price for a game of this magnitude, right? $80. You know they could sell it at $60 and still run a profit. I think they've already had 39 million pre-orders for the game, which means they've already made billions with a B dollars. They've already made billions of dollars, right? So they could have put it at $60 and still made billions of dollars, right? They also have the $100 version of the game, which is just including a lot of things that were technically just taken out of the base game. And a lot of people are trying to justify this by being like, well, Red Dead Redemption 2 had some pre-order missions, and Grand Theft Auto 5 wasn't a complete game when it came out either. But the main, like, the thing here is, like, Grand Theft Auto 5 was, like, I think that was a $60 game, right, when it came out. On the PS3, and on the Xbox 360, right? We have a 2 generation gap here. Actually, it might have been $50 when it came out. Two, Red Dead Redemption 2. No, it didn't have the online mode either, which is kind of a thing that Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar has done. Like, I get that. Red Dead Redemption 2, like, we knew a lot about that game by the time pre-orders were coming around, right? I feel like that was a pretty big thing. Also, if you didn't buy the best version of the game, the $100-something version of the game, I don't think you were really missing much from the base game. I recently played the game myself. It's not like I ran into a bunch of things that were like, you need to buy the premium edition of this. No, you play the game and it feels like everything's there that's supposed to be there. Like, are you missing maybe a special horse or something? I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, it's a really bad comparison, because if you look at what is included in the Ultimate Edition, that's $100, which is $30 more than the regular version of the game. You start to kind of question things, because a lot of this stuff just feels like things that should just be in the game, minus the special like skins and weapon and like car, right? I feel like those things are natural and normal. But as I go through this list, you might notice there's some weird things popping up here. So yeah, you get the 95 Groti Cheetah. You get Jason's safe house vehicles, including Dinka Enduro motorcycle and the Crest kayak. You get a mod kit, Jason's Vapid Gondo low riding pickup truck. You get a boat, the Shih Tzu Squallow. You get 67 Vapid Dominator buggy plus Paradise Garage in Watson Bay. You get a classic car collection of various cars that track down and be restored by the fixer named Wyman. Like, I feel like this could just be something in the base game, like, oh, it's just like Forza Horizon 6, right? You go around the map and you find these old cars and refurbish them, right? This feels like something that very much should just be a part of the main game, in my opinion, like a bunch of classic cars to go around and collect. But this isn't the most egregious thing. You know, in general, I don't agree with them putting this behind an Ultimate Edition, but at the end of the day, like, you know, you gotta make it worth the money, right? And I think, like, in general, this could be something that, like, you know, incentivizes someone to get the Ultimate Edition. Weapons. You get Hawk and Little Morgan revolvers. You get personalized variants of Jason's Girardi ES9 pistol and Lucia's Close K17 pistol, whatever that fucking means. Cosmetics. So you're gonna get exclusive outfits, tattoos, and more, along with good time gear, exclusive clothing for Lucia. So the good time gear, not too crazy. I think a couple of exclusive outfits, not too crazy. I'm not gonna criticize them for that. Here's where things get a little bit hairy for me. There's a bunch of shops that are that are only accessible with the Ultimate Edition. Now, I don't know if this means, like, I don't think this means that every single shop that's a tattoo shop or a mod shop or whatever is going to be totally taking, only a part of the Ultimate Edition, right? But I feel like there's something weird about taking out specific locations, including Ride Out Customs, which you customize vehicles at, along with One-Eyed Willie's, which is another vehicle customization, a hair salon with hairstyles, clothing store called Stock 305, and a tattoo shop called Electric Fang Tattoo. So that means there's probably a good amount of things that are locked behind these stores, because if I recall correctly, minus like the gun stores in Grand Theft Auto 5, a lot of the stores kind of had unique things. And I'm wondering, like, how much is actually locked behind these shops, or is it just a case of like, hey, these shops are in an area that is way far off the map. There's no other clothing shop around. We're gonna lock that one out. So it's more of a time sink thing to drive all the way back to the nearest clothing shop. I think that's a little bit scummy too. But I think that this is a weird thing. I almost wonder, like, what is actually locked behind these shops being taken out of the game. And then we also have a mission or whatever, gang compound, PTT Youngin illegal goods store. And then there are some regular pre-order bonuses, which, whatever. You get the 55 Vapid Stanier. You get the Ocean Beach Garage. You get a vintage style outfit and hairstyles. And you get weapon patterns inspired by Tommy Vercetti. I think the pre-order bonuses are fine. Like, I think that, like, just pre-order the game in general, you get 5 things there. Plus, it's technically more than 5 because you get 2 of each outfit for the 2 main characters, right? 2 hairstyles, 2 outfits. I think the pre-order bonuses are fine, but I mean, the GTA crowd is going to cope really hard and say this is going to be a great deal. $30 for cosmetics. some extra shops that might not even have anything unique, some weapon skins. And I mean, the special vehicles are kind of worth something, right? But at the end of the day, like, am I going to spend $30 just to get one, a couple of vehicles? It just doesn't make any sense. The Ultimate Edition, I feel like, is missing some things. Like, yeah, it has a special mission tied to it. It has these cars. It has, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, the cars and stuff, I mean, it's cool to have, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of cars in the game itself. Like, who's actually going to be using these cars for the full game, right? The weapon skins, like, just seems a little bit superfluous to me. Like, it just seems like something they threw in there. Like, here's a weapon skin for you for $100. Having an extra garage is probably pretty nice. There's probably not too many of those on the base game, but at the end of the day, like, I feel like this $30 is not going to be totally well spent. Like, I mean, obviously, if you're a diehard fan, go for it. Like, I'm not trying to stop anyone from buying whatever edition of the game that they want. But at the end of the day, for me personally, when I look at the offerings from this Ultimate Edition, I go, yeah, it just doesn't really seem worth $30. Like, if even look at GTA 5 when that, I think there was pre-order bonuses for that where you had like an extra mission. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 also had a pre-order bonus with an extra mission in it. But the problem is that that's not an extra $30. It's an extra nothing. It's just pre-ordering the game. So it's like, it's not really an apt comparison to be like, well, here's the pre-order bonuses for Red Dead Redemption. No one cared about that. It's like, well, yes, there were people who actually cared about that, one, and two, it's not apples to apples. You're looking at no extra cost for a pre-order bonus to a $30 extra cost for things that quite literally have been taken out of the game just to be put into the Ultimate Edition. I mean, the cars are one thing, the shops, the extra garage, these are things that could be in the base game, but they were just taken out to inflate a price of an Ultimate Edition. And at the end of the day, when you call it an Ultimate Edition, it feels a bit too much to call it an Ultimate Edition. I would call it a Standard Edition Plus, in my opinion, but that is that. So technically, the game is still launching on November 19th. It is going to be essentially a digital-only game because physical versions of the game at launch are going to be codes in a box. Now, they've already said, like, yeah, it's because we don't want people to release the game into the wild early and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, sure. But when this Discourse came around and people were like, well, I don't want to buy a code in a box, that seems kind of stupid, right? I am one of those people. I'm like, I don't want to buy an $80 to $100 game just to have a code in a box. Like, I would like something physical there. Like, even if the disc is just a unlock code, like, I don't fucking care. Give me something actually tangible inside this box. But the GTA crowd, who is totally ruining this game for me, by the way, comes out of the woodwork and they're like, this is just the way that it's going. Also, the discs aren't big enough to hold the entire file size, but like all these different coping mechanisms, right? Just to kind of justify what Rockstar is doing. The problem is that about a day or so later, they said, yes, I guess it's rumored, but I think they kind of confirmed it. There is a physical version of the game that's actually going to have data on a disc. I don't know how many discs it's going to be, 1 or 2 discs, probably 2 discs. There is going to be actual physical version of the game probably releasing in December or early next year. So what do you have to say about that, bucko? Like, it's like these stupid little things that people just try and use to justify what Rockstar is doing. Look, I mean, I don't mind. Like, I'm not broke because I don't want to buy $100 version of a game, right? But I don't feel. I just feel like if you're gonna buy the $80 version of the game, it just has a lot of stuff kind of taken out of the equation there. I feel like you're not going to get the full experience if you don't buy that $100 edition. And if you look at in the past, we're comparing apples to apples, anything that was in the extra edition of like Grand Theft Auto 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2, I feel like weren't really integral to the experience. And maybe that's going to be the same thing for Grand Theft Auto 6. We don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, like, you're defending a multi-million-dollar corporation, right? Like, everyone already knows that this game is going to sell tons of copies. We already have the numbers. 39 million copies already pre-ordered for a digital game, by the way. A game that we've not seen an ounce of actual, like, tangible gameplay that is long-lasting, right? We've seen in-game cutscenes. We've seen cinematics. We have not seen full-blown fucking gameplay. And 39 million people are so fucking invested in this one game that they said, I don't actually need gameplay to pre-order this game. And look, it doesn't matter what the gameplay looks like. I get that. Okay, I get it. But at the end of the day, if I'm going to pre-order a game, I damn well better have Marvel Wolverine like gameplay to jump off of, to be like, okay, this does look good. Okay, this does look crisp. Okay, this does look finished, right? The game has not even gone gold yet. We are 4 months away, 5 months away from this game coming out. It has not gone gold yet, which and even when a game does technically go gold, there are still bugs to squash, glitches to take care of, play testing to do. Like, there are still things to do. Games going gold only means that you can play the game from start to finish. That does not mean that the experience is a easygoing, fully polished experience. No, that means that yes, you can actually technically start the game and finish the game. That's crazy. Once again, the game has not been announced to have gone gold at all, and people are pre-ordering this game like it's on fire. Like, digital copies of the game are going to run out. Yes, the physical code in the box has technically sold out on Amazon. Whoa, it's still a digital game at the end of the day. It's still a digital game. So once again, you are spending upwards of $100 pre-ordering a game, one that could still be delayed again. By the way, I've not seen this fabled trailer 3 yet. Okay, so that's one thing right there. It's a digital only game. You're pre-ordering a digital only game, which you could technically buy the day before and still get everything that you fucking want. So why if you pre-order a game, also I believe if you pre-order a game on like PlayStation or Xbox, you can't just take that money back. I don't think, right? So once again, like, you're pre-ordering a digital version of this game for upwards of $100. You've not seen any actual gameplay. You've seen cutscenes. You've seen in-game cutscenes, right? Those little like moments where you're leading up to a mission, right? We've seen those. Do those look good? Sure. Yes, of course. We've seen screenshots. Those look good too. Sure. It's a screenshot, though. I want to see this game in motion. I want to see a full mission played. I want to see the open world actually working. I want to see someone actually playing the game with their two fucking hands. But unfortunately, these things are too much to ask for the majority of the GTA fanboys. And if you say anything like this, you just get completely dogpiled on for no fucking reason, really. And when that starts happening, it just kind of snowballs from there. And at this point, I have been dogpiled on for just saying I don't want to buy Grand Theft Auto Day 1 because of the asking price, and also because, like, I haven't seen anything about the game. I have been dogpiled so much on a platform that I thought was relatively nice, which is Threads. I've been dogpiled by these fucking losers coming out of the woodworks to just call me the nastiest fucking things, to tell me how wrong I am, to try and justify a multi-million-dollar company jacking up the price of a game like this and taking things out of a game. Like, you're defending Rockstar, who, like, look, they have a good track record. Don't get me wrong, they have a great track record, right? Red Dead 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, Max Payne's, and all that stuff. They have a great track record. But fuck me, just let me have a little bit of criticism here where it's due, right? I have nothing against you if you want to buy Grand Theft Auto. If you want to buy this game, fucking buy this game. You spend your money. Don't tell me how to spend my money. I don't want to spend $100 on Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't want to spend $80 on Grand Theft Auto 6. So yes, I will wait for a actual physical edition. If that doesn't happen, I will wait for a decent sale, and maybe it won't go on sale for years. That's fine. I'm not a fucking wacko. I'm not going to give my money over to a company before I actually see tangible fucking gameplay. It is just absurd to me how many people are defending this fucking thing. God, I need to take a breath. Defending this fucking thing without actually having seen it. They just have faith in the company. Which is like, look, I get it. I love Double Fine. I love Sony. I love Nintendo. But the main thing is, when I pre-order a game from any of these companies, I see gameplay first. I did not pre-order Wolverine until I combed through that fucking gameplay. I'll probably pre-order God of War Lao Fei when that fucking is available to pre-order, because we've seen gameplay. We've seen an entire hour of gameplay for that game. Look at Nintendo. I didn't pre-order Star Fox until I saw the fucking gameplay. I knew it was coming, and I knew that there was more information coming, I pre-ordered the fucking game. I don't know why I'm pointing at the TV. I'm playing Donkey Kong back there, but it's the same fucking thing. So why the fuck am I going to invest my money into something we haven't actually seen be playable and has not gone gold yet? It makes no fucking sense. Am I crazy? Am I insane? Am I broke because I don't want to fucking shell over $100 for content that's been fucking taken out of a fucking game? Fuck me, dude. Shit. It just pisses me off. They're like, look, Rockstar isn't going to suck your cock, dude. Rockstar isn't going to fucking promote you to head marketing director because you tell like you're fucking calling me fucking names and putting me down because I don't feel like buying a fucking game. I have tried to be amicable with these people. I have tried to be nice to these people. I have tried to admit, you're right. You're right. Yes, I still don't want the game, but you're right. Like I've done everything I possibly can, but the fucking toxicity is still there, which has made me totally not want to fucking buy this game at all. If people are going to be this fucking vitriolic about a fucking pre-order, I don't want my hands anywhere near this fucking game. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm burnt out of Grand Theft Auto before it's even fucking come out because so many people have ruined this fucking game for me. Was I a little bit hyped for this game? Yes, I had hype for this game. I was very interested in seeing what this game was going to do, what this game was going to be. I mean, it's been a 13-year wait for this game. I was excited. Now I have no excitement for this game at all. Actually, I hope this game fucking blows. I hope this game sucks ass. I hope this game gets delayed. That would be the funniest fucking thing ever. I seriously hope that this game comes out and it's the most mid fucking thing ever. And everyone and the people who are Grand Theft Auto fucking fanboys will still praise the shit out of it. But you know, when IGN or whoever gives it like a 7, they'll go crazy. They'll go ballistic. I will be in the back laughing my ass off because guess what? You are the people who fucking ruined this game for me personally, and you deserve that shit. Do I actually think the game is going to be bad? No. I just hope that it's going to be just mediocre, just like a down the middle, you know, the middle of a road kind of thing. I think the hype for this game has been too high for too long. I think a lot of people feel the same way that I do, but you're too afraid to fucking admit it because the second you say anything about like, oh, I'm not that excited about Grand Theft Auto, or, you know, it's a game I'm going to get the game eventually, you get a buttload of fucking ass-licking, corporate boot-licking fucking assholes coming around to your fucking comment section and telling you why you're wrong in every single way. That doesn't, like, so most of these ways don't even make sense. So for me personally, I just don't. I'm sick of this game. I'm sick of this fucking game. I'm sick of the discourse around it. I'm sick of everything about this fucking game, and I haven't even seen gameplay. I'm sick of this fucking game, and I don't even. This is the biggest game ever, right? Like this is a huge release. I don't fucking care. I run a fucking video game podcast, and I don't fucking care. I'm not planning on getting this fucking game day one. I'll get it eventually. I will get it eventually. Don't tell me how to spend my fucking money, okay? You can call me broke. You can call me whatever, any name under the sun. Don't tell me how to spend my money. Rockstar doesn't need my $80. You really think Rockstar is going to really hurt from me not getting the game? Oh, my bad. I forgot that they were an indie developer who did not just make $1 billion off of pre-orders. My bad. I should go pre-order that right now. Just absolutely insane. Absolutely fucking insane. And like I said, maybe the game is not going to go on sale for a while. I don't give a shit. I'll buy the game when I want to fucking buy the game. And whether it's on sale when an actual physical game comes out a year down the road when I have FOMO, I don't know. I just know that I'm not going to buy the game day one. I'll watch some gameplay. I'll see other people play it. And, you know, the thing that's probably going to happen, this is the yummy prediction of the episode. What's probably going to happen is this game is going to come out. It's going to be either like Mind's Eye or like Cyberpunk, where actually probably one of the two, where it looks good, it probably plays good, but frame rates are shit. It's probably going to have technical glitches galore because they definitely are still rushing this game. They are definitely still pushing to get this game out on the 17th of November. And until I see that post that says, hey, Grand Theft Auto 6 has gone golden, then I will time out until the game actually releases. Because if they say the game goes gold on the 18th of November or the 5th, like that week of the game's release, you know it's going to be a glitch fest. You know it's going to be a fucking piece of flaming garbage when it comes out in terms of the technical side of things, right? The game could look great. The game probably will control pretty well. I'm sure that the music will be top notch. I'm sure that the voice acting will be really good and the motion capture will be amazing. But fuck me, if this game goes golden the day before or a couple days before the game is set to release, that's a bad sign. If I don't see that fucking tweet or post or whatever before the game comes out, like or at least a couple weeks before the game comes out, I'm going to be very, very, very concerned for all those people who spent $100 on a game that was not even fucking ready to go. And that is another reason why I'm not willing to spend $80 right now on a pre-order for a game that I don't even know if it's going to function when it comes out. I mean, that digital code, like, what happens if that digital code that you get in that box just doesn't work? That's all I'm saying. What if it just doesn't work? What if your internet is down that day? Yeah. This whole fiasco blows my mind. People are so confident in their stupid opinions that they are comparing Grand Theft Auto 6 to Mario Kart World. And let me tell you why this is a terrible comparison. One, Mario Kart World was technically $50 when it came out. Okay? If you bought it in the bundle, which most people did. Now, did people buy the game for $80 on its own? Yes. But at the same time, it was $50 on release day. $50. Okay? And like I said, if you didn't get it in that bundle, technically it was $80. Yes. But I feel like a majority of people got that bundle $50. One. Okay? Two, Mario Kart World is complete on cartridge. It is not a download code. It is not a key cartridge. Okay? It is a full fucking fledged game cartridge with the game fully on it. You can turn on your Switch, put the game in, close it up, start the application. You don't technically even need to update it. You can just start the fucking application. That is the main difference here. Okay? That is a big fucking difference here. 3, let's say Grand Theft Auto 6 sucks. Let's just put that out there. You can't sell the game because of the digital code. You can't trade the game in the GameStop to get some of your money back. You can't return the game to your local store who has maybe a 7-day window of like, if you don't like the game, bring it back. Can't do that with a digital code. If you pre-order from digital storefronts like PlayStation, Sony, Xbox, not those are two the same. If you download the application and you start the application, you cannot get your money back. They have made exceptions for like Cyberpunk in the past, but you know what's really funny? If all these people who are slobbering all over Grand Theft Auto are essentially force Sony to give them refunds because the game is too broken at launch, that would be pretty funny. Like, look, I'm here for the comedy of the situation, and fuck me if they don't delay the game again. 1, delaying the game again would be extra funny. 2, the game coming out in an unplayable state would be even more funny. And 3, these fanboys begging for refunds would be the funniest fucking thing ever. And I have every single one of these motherfuckers in my comments on Threads. And if something fucking happens with this game when it comes out, you know I'm going to go back through. I'm going to be the saltiest fucking bitch ever. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to comment and I'm going to post on every single one of these fuckers' comments who are fucking getting on my ass. Because guess what? I don't want to be right about this. I would love for Grand Theft Auto 6 to be the greatest game of all time, 10 out of 10, whatever. But fuck me, if it's anything less than that, I am going to shit all over your fucking graves. And I'm going to fucking tap dance over that shit too. Because guess what? I didn't pre-order the game. Guess what? I didn't spend $100 on a fucking overpriced edition of the game. And guess what? I didn't actually do any of this fucking vitriol. I was actually very nice to a lot of the people who were very mean to me. And the only thing that I fucking did that could be considered kind of mean, is flirting with these people and calling them daddy and babe in my replies. And that weirded them out. And that caused them to either block me or not go back. to the conversation. And you know what? That's a win in my book because these people are fucking annoying. These people, and they're like cockroaches. They're everywhere. You go to their replies. If you go like their profile, you can see all their replies. They're just on every single post, just like commenting and stuff like that. It's like, dude, get something better to do with your day. Like, I get it. When I get a notification on my phone, I do comment back pretty quickly. I get it, but it's a notification on my phone. I'm not going on my phone and just replying to every single post being like, gay, gay, gay. If you don't want the game, you're gay. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But if I see someone commented on my post, yeah, I'm going to respond. It's social media after all. And then at the same time too, like if you decide to reply and be like, yeah, I don't really care. You know what they'll say to you? They'll be like, oh, why'd you post then? Why'd you post? It's like I don't know, because it's fucking social media. It's my personal social media. Also, at the same time, yes, I'm getting a bit upset about this. I didn't have any tags on my post. I did not have a topic on my post that you can do on Threads. It was literally just a GTA 6. I'm not hyped for the game anymore. I'm disappointed with what Rockstar is doing. That send. I didn't have any tags. I didn't have any topics selected. Anything. And 70 something people came and commented. Some of them nice. Some of them not. Some of them in the middle. Some of them agree with me, some of them don't. Just crazy. It's crazy how that works. And you know what the fucking worst thing is? I have been trying to tell Threads that I don't want to fucking hear about this game for a while. You have a way of doing this like dear algorithm thing. And I've 3 times now I've been like, hey, I don't want to see GTA 6 stuff for a while. I don't want to see it won't do it. It just won't do it. The topic is too trending. And I've interacted with too much on the topic because of the comments section that I have. It's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. So anyway, once again, I am not interested in this game anymore. Rockstar, you can blame your fucking fans. Rockstar, you can also blame yourself. You can blame yourself, really. This is not a game that needed to be $80, by the way. You knew that it was going to sell 1 million fucking copies day one, 30 million copies day one. I don't think that was out of the realm of possibility when they were thinking of this price tag. 1. 2, some of this stuff that's in the Ultimate Edition is fine, but a lot of this stuff just feels like, okay, we just took this out to make the $100 edition of this game, mean something. And that's just fucking stupid in my opinion. So, at the end of the day, we don't know anything about the base game yet. We know that it's a single-player experience. We know that Grand Theft Auto Online is most likely not going to be a part of this. We know that there's an $8 subscription fee for whatever eventually down the road. We know that you get a month of that subscription for free, but it does automatically renew if you don't turn that off. And most people probably won't turn that off. They probably won't even know that's there. Honestly, they'll just get a charge for $8 a month later and be like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? So there's so many like little weird things about this that are not very Rockstar at all. Like I feel like when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, it was a pretty good release, right? I mean, I don't remember there being too much of anything around it. Like, yeah, people were like wanting Grand Theft Auto Online, but it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, I mean, the base game itself played well and everything seemed fine. I don't have any faith in this right now until we start to see more about it, until we actually get that trailer number 3, until we actually get the game going gold, until we actually get tangible gameplay, previews, anything. We don't have actual game. Like that's the main thing right now. And if you say this to someone, they'll be like, "Oh, it doesn't matter," and they'll give like a million examples that don't make any sense, right? At least give me fucking gameplay. At least give me gameplay before I fucking shell over $80 for something, right? Like that's the baseline right there. Screenshots are nice. In-game cutscenes are fine. Cutscenes themselves are fine. Give me fucking gameplay, for the love of God, dude. Yeah. You don't get all the content for $80. It's a lot of some of it is locked behind the $100 edition. And like I said, not everything in that $100 edition is terrible, right? But I mean, maybe make it a $90 edition for the cars and the extra mission and whatnot, right? Like, or maybe put some stuff in there for Grand Theft Auto Online when that eventually comes around. My main fear for this is that Grand Theft Auto Online is going to be a separate purchase apart from Grand Theft Auto 6. It's going to be like a $30 additional fee or whatever, plus the Grand Theft Auto Plus program, which means it might be like $8 a month to like keep playing or something like that. Look, The other thing about this that I forgot to mention that I will mention right now is this does set a pretty dangerous precedent for the entirety of gaming. We talked about last year Hollow Knight being released for $20. Incredible, right? Mina the Hollower just released for like $20. Great price. That was a very highly anticipated indie game. Other indie games moved out of the way for that specific game. It sets a good precedent having it be a bit cheaper because they knew the game was going to sell. When you know the game is going to sell as well as Grand Theft Auto as an IP does, you don't need to really nickel and dime your fucking audience. You can put the game at $70 would be totally fine. You would still make billions of dollars just on pre-order day alone. I don't feel like that number would change that drastically. Actually, you might get more pre-orders from people being like, "Oh, $70, that's actually pretty cheap. That's actually a little bit less than I was expecting," right? You could totally have that. You could have it all. Yeah, you could have had the good graces of a pretty large amount of people, but instead, you go with $80 for a game that doesn't feel as complete because of this Ultimate Edition. And yeah, once again, like, I'm a fucking broken record, but am I gonna lay down $80 on a game that I haven't seen anything like tangible for? That I don't even know if it's gonna function on day one. That doesn't even have a physical edition. Like, you can bring up the Mario Kart World analogy all you fucking want, but we had gameplay. We had a whole direct on the thing, like explaining every little bit of it. We had a physical cartridge. We had a steep discount day one if you bought it a part of the Switch 2 bundle. All these different factors that it's once again, it's not apples to apples because the apple on this side, on the Grand Theft Auto side, it's a bit moldy. And the one on the Mario Kart side, it's actually an orange because they actually did that relative. Like, do I agree with $80 price tag? No, I'm not defending Nintendo for the $80 price tag, but I will defend them for actually having the fucking thing on cartridge, for the game being playable day one without an update, for the game being on sale like $50 in a bundle. Like, it's technically cheaper if you go for the bundle, right? Like, there's so many things that I can say, like, yeah, that was actually, like, there's one thing, the price, that is not a good thing about that, but everything else is fine. With Grand Theft Auto 6, there's so much unknown about this fucking thing. Even though last week I was I was kind of feigning a bit of excitement because, a cover, woo, like, I'm a little bit excited about the game still. This week, I'm not excited at all. Actually, I want this game to fucking burn in hell at this point. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing this fucking game. I'm sick of the people who are constantly, like, just on everyone's fucking, like, fucking shit about this game. Like, look, I'm sure the game will come out. It'll be fine. The game has already sold a lot of copies. It's already probably made its money back already. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, dude, one person expressing criticism does not mean that you should dogpile on them, no matter who it is. Not just me, but anyone for that matter. They don't deserve that. It's one fucking person, and maybe you don't agree with them, and you can explain your point in a fair way. But fuck, people aren't going to do that. And when these just aren't genuine people. These are people who play Fortnite and fucking Grand Theft Auto online for their entire lives. They don't know anything else other than Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty or whatever, right? And the other fucking funny thing too is, like, people are like, oh, well, what about Call of Duty and FIFA or whatever the new thing is now? What about those games? They come out every year for $70, and no one complains about that. Yes, people do. I was one of them last year. I complained so much about Black Ops 7. I have a whole fucking video on my highlights channel that I don't use, that I'm complaining about Black Ops 7 for fucking like 40 minutes or something like that. Like, I shat on Black Ops 7 for the entirety of the time that I gave to it. Okay? That game is a piece of flaming garbage. Yeah, also, it has the same fucking problems as this game. Limited gameplay before it came out. Fucking $70 price tag, which is way too much for what that game was. Come on. Like, are we really going to, like, try and do this right now? People criticize Call of Duty all the fucking time. People criticize fucking EA Sports FC all the time. Like, that those also aren't games that people are super crazy, super glad about. Madden, look at Madden. Every year a Madden comes out, people shit on it for like all over the place. They just shit all over it. The problem is, though, is that the basic fucking gamers, and my apologies to the normies out there, you're very respected, but also at the same time, the people who buy these games like Madden, like Call of Duty, these are the more basic gamers who aren't willing to go deeper. And you know, a lot, and I'm not trying to do a blanket statement here. Obviously, there are people who game on Call of Duty and also buy indie games and stuff like that. I'm not saying that everyone who plays Call of Duty is under this blanket of like a normie. But at the end of the day, the games sell so well because they have mass appeal. And Grand Theft Auto right now, Grand Theft Auto 5 has massive blanket appeal to a lot of gamers out there, a lot of people who are just kind of like on the surface level of gaming, and even the more intense gamers out there as well are going to buy this game too, because one, it's a giant game, it's a part of a long running IP that has been consistently good. So there's a lot of factors in here that are like at play. That's like, yeah, of course it's going to sell well. Of course it's probably going to be, pre-ordered a bunch. Of course these things are going to happen because guess what? The game has a long legacy. The studio has a long legacy. Everything right here, look, I I'm losing my mind right now. We need to move on. But at the same time, like, dude, like, just give it a fucking break. Just give me a fucking break. I'm over it. I'm over it at this point. I'm just fucking over it at this point. There's no reason to be comparing Grand Theft Auto to Call of Duty, right? It's just not a good comparison. One, Call of Duty is a game that comes out every year. It is definitely a normie game at this point. People buy the game because their friends play the game, right? People buy the game because it's a big thing in gaming, right? It's a game for everyone. Let's just say it. For casuals, for hardcore people, it's for people who are just fans of gaming, right? And I'm not saying like Call of Duty is a perfect fucking game series, not by the slightest. But when you look, when you're trying to, it's actually a detriment to compare the game to Call of Duty, because guess what? Call of Duty, no matter what the review outlets say, a lot of the games that have been coming out recently, at least since like the reboot of Modern Warfare onward, they're more like 6s and 7s. They're mostly like in that range of like quality, right? And you look at Warzone, which is their take on like a battle royale and blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, it has longevity to it, and it's made a bunch of money, and they've done stuff with that too. The comparison is actually detrimental to Grand Theft Auto. If you're telling me that Grand Theft Auto is going to be like Call of Duty in any way, that turns me off even more. Like, in all honesty, like if you're trying to be like, well, Call of Duty sells this well every single year, that's not a good thing, by the way. It's not a good thing, because then Activision and Xbox and EA, these companies don't learn their lesson, because they make millions of dollars, billions of dollars, and they just can kind of keep doing what they're doing because it's going to sell no matter what. You can put Modern Warfare 3 out, which was technically just a big DLC for Modern Warfare 2, the reboot. And even though I turned my stance around on Modern Warfare 3 a little bit, still, when that came out, it was not a $60 experience or a $70 experience. Fuck no. Fuck no. So it's actually worse for your fucking point of view if you're trying to be like, well, Call of Duty sells this well, FIFA sells this well. Yeah, you know why? Because fucking normies buy that shit up. Normies buy that shit up. I'm over it. What do you think? Put your comments in the section below. I'm going to go hang myself. All right, let's move on to some news. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. It's the Valve Steam Machine. Woo! Woo! Yay! I'm fucking burnt. I'm burnt out, my lord. I can't keep being angry. The Steam Machine is gonna cost $1,050 in the United States, which is fucking crazy. If you buy it with a controller, if you buy the 500, this is the 512 gigabyte version of the game of the console with a controller. I'm sorry, without a controller. Holy shit, I read that wrong. This is without a controller. The console is over $1,000 fucking dollars. Ah! We have handheld consoles for the same fucking price tag. Are you fucking serious right now? I can't do it. Someone else take over. Fuck. Someone else take over for this shit. I can't do this anymore. $1,000 fucking dollars for a fucking box, a cube, the GameCube. It's the GameCube 2. Oh my god. $1,000, dude. $1,000 without a controller for 512 gigabytes. It's because of AI. It's because of AI. With the controller, it's an extra fucking $30 or something like that. 1,128. Like, that's fucking crazy. 2 terabyte version of the console without a controller, $1,349. With a controller, $1,428. This is fucking insane. Consoles have been going up in price. The PS5, the Xbox, they're pretty fucking high in price. I will not buy a PS5 for fucking $800. I will not buy an Xbox for $800. I will not buy a fucking Steam machine, which has the same fucking specs as a base fucking PS5 for $1,050 without the fucking controller, mind you. At least the PS5 comes with a controller, folks. Come on. The Xbox comes with a fucking controller. What are we doing? Why? It fucking hurts to be a gamer some days, dude. It just fucking hurts because, like, do I want the Steam machine? No! Who fucking wants a Steam machine other than people who don't have a gaming PC? But people are gonna fucking buy this. They're gonna buy this shit up because you know what? It's from Valve and it's a fucking thing. Just get a fucking gaming PC for the same amount of money. You can buy a decent fucking gaming PC at this point. You might have to spend a little bit more money because of the GPU, but fuck, dude, just build a fucking PC and plug a fucking Xbox controller into it. You don't need to spend $1,000 for a cube, for a GameCube, dude. You don't need to spend that kind of money for this shit. Wait until the parts become more readily available and these consoles start to go down in price. It will fucking happen. Trust me, it will fucking happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's because people bought this shit up for an absorbent amount of prices, right? And these companies will feel like, oh, we can sell a console for $1,000. Right now, people are expecting the PS6 to be over $1,000. Right now, people are expecting Project Helix to be over $1,000. That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane. Plus, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X don't even feel like a fucking console generation at this point. They really fucking don't. It's because the PS4 and the Xbox One were supported for so fucking long. Right? This whole fucking generation of consoles has not felt like a real generation of consoles. It just feels like a half step at this point. And then you get the pro versions of each console. It's like, whoop-de-fucking-do. I'm not spending the money. I'm not spending the fucking money. If you're going to spend the money on this, why? Genuinely, why? Why spend $1,000 for a console that's going to have the same specs as a baseline fucking PS5? That's going to be more expensive than a baseline PS5. You could just spend a little bit extra money, buy a decent PC, play most games, and all you gotta do is fucking configure the settings. You can play Red Dead Redemption 2 on a fucking potato if you want to. You have the ability. You have the ability to do this stuff. You don't need to buy a $1,000 fucking console just because Gabe Newell fucking came inside of it. He lubed it with his fucking sperm. I don't understand. It's the brand essentially at this point. People love Valve. I get it. I love Valve too.
What?
I think Valve is a good company. But at the same time, it's like, why the fuck are we giving so much fucking money for this? Just don't fucking buy it. But it will sell out, and the controller will sell out, and every version of the console, whether it be 512 gigabytes or the 2 terabyte, will sell out. They'll make shit ton of money, and we'll all just be screwed for the rest of our lives because this is just the way that gaming is going right now. Gaming is becoming a commodity for the rich and the fucking famous. The gaming is going to soon enough. Gaming is going to be for the fucking 1% out there, because if the PS6 and the whatever the next Xbox is going to be called comes out and it's closer to $1,500, guess what? There's gonna be a lot of people fucking left in the dust, and no amount of selling your last console is going to help pay for this fucking shit. Okay, at this point, we are diving off a steep fucking cliff when people are willing to spend $1,400 fucking dollars on a console that's not even as powerful as a fucking base PS fucking 5. End scene. I'm done with this shit. Okay, time to get even more angry. Oh boy. Play the clip. Play the clip. Yes, because Xbox said, you know what? Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out. We need to raise our fucking prices right away because apparently, because of Grand Theft Auto 6, people are expecting consoles to sell like hotcakes this Christmas. Oh, you think that consoles are going to sell? Like, most people have a fucking PS5 or an Xbox or a fucking PC at this point. Look, or a Switch too. The Grand Theft Auto 6 is not going to generate millions of fucking dollars for consoles. Okay, maybe it'll generate billions of dollars for itself, but I do not think that it's going to be a system fucking seller. You are fucking insane. You're deranged, dude. You're raising the prices of your fucking consoles for what? For what? You're already the third selling console between the three, and you're going to raise your prices again. This makes no fucking sense, dude. Oh, and what did Asha Sharma say like a couple weeks ago? I think Greedy reposted it in the Discord. Gamers. Here it is. Fucking rising costs, competing subscriptions, and blah blah blah. It's becoming unaffordable for players. Yes, it literally is becoming unaffordable for fucking players. You know why? Because you and your company keep raising the prices of your console. I am so fucking glad that I bought an Xbox Series S for fucking like $150 when it came out. How much is the console now, you might be asking? Oh, let's fucking see. The Xbox Series S is $500, bro. 500 fucking dollars, dude. For the 512 gigabyte console. Do you know that the Xbox Series S is not nearly as fucking powerful as the Xbox Series X? Did you know that the Xbox Series S runs games a bit more poorly? It's not a big difference, but it is a fucking difference. I bought that console for $150 from Best Buy. $150 from Best Buy. And now it is $500 fucking dollars. That is fucking insane. This brings a fucking tear to my fucking eye, okay? If you want the 1 terabyte version, $600. Go fuck yourself. $600 for an Xbox Series S. Oh, but if you spend $150 more, you can get the 1 terabyte digital edition of the Xbox Series X. Or you can pay $800 for the Xbox Series X 1 terabyte edition. I'm going to jump out my fucking window. Guess what, Asha? As good as you've been doing at the fucking company, guess fucking what? Gaming is unaffordable for general fucking audiences right now. Because of your fucking company. I know why you raised the prices on this shit. I know. It's because of Grand Theft Auto. I fucking know. Guess what? This just looks terrible. This makes you look like a fucking fraud and a fucking liar. And it also makes you look fucking out of touch as fuck. Okay? You are out of touch if you say that something is unaffordable in gaming and you raise the fucking prices by $100, dude. In some cases, $150, which is... what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? You're tearing me apart, Lisa. You're tearing me apart. And at the same time, you have them selling off their studios. I mean, people from Compulsion Games, which are the people behind South of Midnight, are on LinkedIn saying like, "Hey, I'm open for work now." You are bleeding good creative people from your studios that have won fucking awards. You are bleeding good fucking employees, and you're raising the prices of your consoles. And let me guess, you're raising the prices of Game Pass next. You're raising the prices of what next? What next? The games themselves. Gears of War fuckery E-Day is going to be $80. Is that what we're going towards? Halo fucking campaign evolved. That's a $90 game because we added in 3 new levels, right? Fucking Fable, $100. $100. Grand Theft Auto can do it. Fable is just baseline $100. I'm hurting my ears. I literally just got them pierced 2 days ago. This shit makes me so pissed. I don't know how much more pissed I can be. I just don't know how much more pissed I can be at this point. Callus, take over for me. Fuck, please, someone, please. I can't do this anymore today. This has been exhausting. I'm literally. I'm about to crap my pants right now. Like it's just terrible. It's fucking terrible. All three of these things it's just been everything wrong with gaming right now. You have you have terrible fucking people defending billion-dollar corporations. You have prices going up on consoles across the board. You have Valve coming out there saying, "Hey, yeah, this is worth $1,000," when not even the base PS5 is worth $1,000. Also, I'm just kidding. I don't need anyone to step in for me. It's a part of the plot. It's part of the plot. We do have something who has some. Lucy wants to say something. I'll let you say something. Just join the waiting room. Oh boy. I am gonna have to move on though. I do need to move on. All right, we're gonna pull you over. Lucy, are you there? Oh, I'm not there. Lucy, are you there? Hold on. I need to fix something. I need to fix something. All right, speak.
Hello.
All right, we're good. Thank you for joining the podcast, Lucy. What do you have to say about this whole situation?
Yeah, Xbox is now just fucking itself in the ass because it's coming to a point where Xbox is going to be raising their Game Pass, and we're going to have this cycle. And we're going to be back to $30. People are going to complain at $30. Xbox is like, oh, hey, we're sorry, we'll lower it down to 20. And in the next 5 weeks, we're going to get studio layoffs. We're going to get the price increase for the consoles again. And then it's going to be the same Game Pass that's going to go up. It's the same shit. It's why Xbox has been down in the fucking gutter like 10, like, I don't know, for 10, like 10-ish years now, where they release like some decent games, but then they'll shut down the studio after for no goddamn reason. And then it's just
since Xbox One, they've kind of been in the gutter.
Yeah, it's basically.
The other problem is like Game Pass also is losing games. So like Call of Duty is not coming to Game Pass this year. E-Day, that's a day one though. But they're starting to do this thing where it's like, oh, the best selling games we're not going to put on Game Pass because technically we're losing money. It's like, well, no shit, no shit, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll say, exactly, and they're blaming it on poor sales. Like, well, no shit, you're the ones doing it to these developers. You get these developers. Oh, you give these developers. Oh, we're showing them off. We're like helping these indie teams. But then once these indie teams lose, like 500,000 down like purchases because people are like, hey, I'm not going to actually just buy the game because why would I? They say, oh, well, you're not giving us enough money. Screw you.
Right. Yeah, and then they blame the developers for not performing well. Like Hi-Fi Rush was one of them.
Exactly.
Day one shadow drop on Game Pass. Of course, someone's not going to buy the game because guess what? You launched it on Game Pass. So, yeah, all valid opinions. Well, anyway, thank you for sharing. Do you have anything else you want to mention before I sign off with you?
No, I just want to get that off my chest.
Well, I appreciate you. You are the first person to call into the show. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, and so long. Back to your regular scheduled programming here, folks. Okay, so thank you for Lucy for sharing. It's it's what I was hoping this podcast was going to be. Was we got a topic that someone has something they want to chime in about. Just join the fucking show. All right. So I'm I want to move on to something more positive, but unfortunately, the negative news keeps rolling. Rolling. That's right. We saw this coming, but Bungie has laid off plenty of people at the studio. And also the CEO has stepped down. The reigning CEO has stepped down. So that means as Destiny 2 winds down its last updates and all that stuff, they're going with a skeleton crew. Even though they did say like they had like another project in the works. Let me read the statement by Bungie here, which they posted on social media. They said, with great sadness, we are announcing a reduction in force as we reorganize Bungie. As the leaders of Bungie, past and present, we recognize Destiny 2 fell short of expectations these past several years, which is like understatement of the fucking year for a lot of people. Following our final content update to Destiny 2, and with our future projects still in early incubation, we unfortunately could not continue operating at our previous size. We know this decision has profound impact on the people affected, their families, friends, and teammates. While these changes are necessary to best position the studio now and for the future, that does not lessen the difficulty of this moment or the impact it has on those affected. Later, we will share more about the future with you, but for today, it's not that day. Today, we wish to extend our gratitude and compassion to every member of Bungie who has been impacted and those who remain. We hope you will do the same. So yeah, I mean, this is a Destiny 2 falling short of expectations is, like I said, an understatement. I'm pretty sure, pretty much from the rip, maybe like after the first like couple of DLC packs, people were pretty upset about it, and I don't think Destiny ever really regained its footing. Like it tried really hard. It brought back Cade. It brought back weapons from the first game. I think it brought back like an entire area from the first game at one point. But yeah, I mean the game itself, I've not really heard anything super positive from it from anyone who is a big fan of Destiny 2 in quite some time. And I feel like even though a lot of people are still playing Destiny 2 simply because they like the gameplay or because it's like their friends and stuff play, they like to do the raids. I feel like a lot of those people would still have a lot of criticisms about the game. Even like Angry Joe and stuff like that. Like they do like generally just like kind of they play the experience. They go, yeah, I mean the gameplay's still fun and whatnot, but the game itself just is lacking in a lot of ways. And plus the other thing about Destiny 2, which kind of happened, I guess it didn't really happen in Destiny 1, but a lot of these updates remove things from the past, like things that you've paid for, right? And I like that's another thing that's just kind of like weird. It's like if I boot up not Grand Theft Auto, if I boot up Destiny 2 right now and I bought the original like first 3 DLC for that game because I was enjoying it back in the day, I can't play any of those DLC anymore. And the funny thing is, like one of the first like main raid bosses of one of the original DLCs came back in a future DLC. But if you don't own that future DLC, you can't fight the boss again. So it's like, what's the fucking point here, right? It just seems really weird, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we all kind of saw this coming because of the fact that Destiny 2 was winding down. It's also a bit more concerning to me that they're letting go a pretty sizable amount of people when they still have technically things going on. I'm guessing that Sony is ready to drop Bungie, which wouldn't be surprising, seeing as it was like a $1 billion failure of a purchase. And with Marathon kind of being the way it is right now, like I don't think Marathon's a bad game by any means, but like that's not a game that's going to have mass appeal like a Destiny or something like that, right? So yeah, of course your sales expectations should be a little bit lower for that game for sure. And it's just one of the, it's just a recipe for failure. I mean, Destiny 2 was already struggling when Sony bought them. I remember saying that back in the day. Like, I don't think Destiny 2 is doing well enough for this company to be worth $1 billion, right? I mean, I get it. Like, there is potential for them to make a lot more money with Destiny 2, but it just never happened. And then also, like, even though Marathon has amazing gameplay, and yeah, they're going to be updating it and they're going to be doing stuff with it. Like, also, like, yeah, I don't see why the sales expectations were so high for that game, because one, it's a pretty hardcore shooter. It at launch, it didn't have any like casual modes to it or like just regular PvP modes. It was literally just the battle royale mode, or extraction mode, I should say. And that was pretty much it. And like, of course, people are going to be like, well, why am I going to buy that, for full price? Why am I going to buy that for $40 when I can just play Fortnite or Arc Raiders or whatever for less or free even? So yeah, just the whole thing around Bungie is just really unfortunate, because I think that Bungie had a lot of potential after Destiny 1, and even like the beginning of Destiny 2 as well. Like, you could see like, yeah, there's something here. Like, this is gonna become something good or something great. Because I think the base game was still good, but yeah, it just never happened. It just never happened. It never got to that point. And then once they started taking things out of the game and doing updates that people didn't like and blah 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 blah, it just kind of snowballed from there. And then also like the reigning overarching story that was kind of Mass Effect-ish, it never came together. I don't believe it ever came together either. Like people were pretty disappointed by that big smoke guy or whatever. But yeah, that is that. So let's go ahead and move on to some more news. I'm sure it's going to be good news next, right? Ruh-roh. Sonic Racing Crossworlds and Shinobi Art of Vengeance sell low below Sega's expectations for the games. Shinobi Art of Vengeance, I don't feel like that's a shock. I feel like that's, it's a bit of a more niche IP. I mean, it's a beautiful game, and it definitely deserved to be nominated for for the art categories at the Game Awards and stuff like that. Also, I mean, 87 on Metacritic, not too bad at all for Art of the Vengeance either. But at the same time, like this is definitely a more niche title. I would say. I am a little bit surprised about Sonic Racing Crossworlds, but it did also go up against the Mario Kart. It literally went up against Mario Kart World, which, even though like, yeah, I mean, Sonic Racing Crossworlds was a cheaper option. Yes, Sonic Racing Crossworlds has had a lot more updates and DLC than Mario Kart World. And yeah, I mean, it definitely is a more straightforward arcade racer. And I think also I do think that Sonic Racing Crossworlds is better than Mario Kart World. That's just me. When you go up against a Mario Kart, though, just really poor timing. I think if Sonic Racing Crossworlds released this year, it would have been fine. It probably would have sold pretty well, I think, because a lot of people are fatigued from Mario Kart World. They're not offering any new content or DLC or maps or anything like that. I feel like if Sonic Racing Crossworld released today, it would be fine. It would actually probably sell pretty close to expectations. But because it came out in the same year as a Mario Kart, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I don't want to say it, but you kind of fucked up. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say about that. Also, in conjunction with that, Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition launched on Nintendo Switch 2. I believe that is a code in not a code in a box, but a game key cart, which is what Sega's kind of been doing recently. In the press release, they said Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition is out now on Switch 2. Journey across the Starfall lands now with improved graphics and performance as you uncover the island's secrets and save Sonic's friends. Enjoy all previously released content in one place. I do not believe that there is an upgrade path for this if you own the original version of the game on Switch. Let me just double check the trailer here, because sometimes they'll say that like at the end. Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. But this was a bit of a shadow drop type situation as well. Do I think? I mean, I like Sonic Frontiers. I think it's a good game. The Switch One version is a bit rough, as a lot of people know. But there you go. Apparently, Nintendo Life gave Sonic Frontiers a 4 out of 10. Don't really agree with that, but whatever. All right, let's move on to some more. Actually, this one's a coming soon. We'll switch it. I'm fucking tired, dude. I'm fucking tired, dude. I don't know how much longer I can go. Halo campaign evolved. Speak of the devil. This had a really weird thing happen this past week. Originally, the Halo Twitter account posted that if you're playing split screen on an Xbox console, the second player will need a unique Microsoft account. If you want to play co-op, you need to have an active Game Pass subscription. And then they also said on PlayStation 5, if you're playing split screen on PS5, both accounts will need to have PlayStation Plus and be linked to Microsoft account. Having these active PlayStation Plus subscriptions will also provide access to online co-op play. Now, that is pretty cut and dry, shitty, if they were actually going to do that, because playing split screen locally, that's a local thing. Like, if you you don't need to have PlayStation Plus if you have two accounts on your PlayStation, I wouldn't think. It just is a really weird thing to say. And in my opinion, this is what they wanted. They wanted two PlayStation Plus subscriptions for split screen, but they got the backlash that was deserved. and they said in a follow-up post, we incorrectly stated that PlayStation Plus is required for local co-op split screen play. Local split screen co-op requires a PlayStation account for each player, but does not require a PlayStation Plus account, which is good. That's the right way to do it. I sincerely believe that they didn't accidentally. They were going to just go full force with the both accounts need PlayStation Plus to play. And it was only in the aftermath of the backlash that they decided, like, oh yeah, we probably fucked up with that, didn't we? So that's the main thing. Like, the situation's already been solved, so it's like I'm not going to spend that much time talking about this. But the other thing that I want to say is that Halo Campaign Evolved, if you're planning on getting on PlayStation, is just the blank disc essentially. It's a disc with an unlocked code on it, which is really weird in my opinion. I don't feel like the game is going to be that large of a file size, maybe like 50 gigabytes or something like that. I mean, we don't know exact sizing, but I feel like it's probably something that they could put onto a disc. And it's also weird because I believe Gears of War Reloaded was full on disc, right? And I also believe they released another game recently full on disc as well. So it's like, why are we going back and forth on this? It doesn't really make sense. You can, I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but yeah, there you go. This game is still coming out 2026 sometime. I'm sure it's gonna be soon at this point. Okay, more news. More is this coming soon? All right, we'll say this is news because it's not technically coming soon. I just can't be upset anymore. But this is also upsetting that Black Ops 1 and 2, the ports on the PlayStation, are going to be $40 each supposedly. This is a rumor here. And this does not even include the DLC packs. If you don't know, Black Ops 1 had 4 DLC packs, including maps and zombie maps. And Black Ops 2, I believe, also had 4 DLC packs. Plus, I think they actually had 2 extra for zombies as well. So you're looking at upwards of like $200 fucking dollars to get the entire experience for these Call of Duty games. And this is like, this is just nostalgia bait at its finest, right? Because when I saw Black Ops 1 and 2 coming to PlayStation, I was like, yes, I'll definitely buy those if they come to PlayStation. I love Black Ops 1 and 2. I think Black Ops 1 and 2 are 2 of the best that Call of Duty has to offer. Black Ops 2's campaign alone is worth buying. But when they're $40, like $40 for both would be fair. $40 for each, kind of a ripoff. $40 for each without DLC, an extreme ripoff. And if they do end up going with this, if you want to sell fucking copies, you better fucking reduce the price or add the DLC in there. This is just bullshit. And I get it. Both these games come with multiplayer and they come with zombies, and like it's a full package, sure. But these games are 20 years old. Like, these are games that I played when I was in high school, dude. like do you see me right now? I'm fucking old as shit now. Like, I don't need to be spending $40 on Black Ops 2 with Black Ops 1. It's crazy because I believe on Steam. Oh, I don't want to do that. If on Steam, these games are also still really high price. Like, all Call of Duty games are still pretty high prices, which doesn't make any fucking sense at all. It really doesn't make any sense at all. So, look, is it nice for them to re-release these games, especially because the PS3 version of these games of at least Black Ops 2 doesn't really run that well? Yes. Is it shitty of them to release these games at $40 each without DLC? Absolutely. Absolutely. But, actually, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what to say anymore. Let's move on to a preview. Ooh. Persona 4 Revival. Oops. Persona 4 Revival is coming soon. The Persona 4 Revival broadcast aired on the 18th of June, and you might be saying, Yummy, you did you watch that? No, I'm going through the cliff notes on Push Square. Am I interested in this game? I think it looks fine. I mean, I'm not like a Persona fan at this point, but it looks fine, whatever. The game is going to release on the 18th of February. So what does this do? So here are the main additions as told by Push Square. Robert Ramsey, shout out to the GOAT. The game is now fully voice acted, including social link scenes. English dub is now completely redone with a new voice cast. The soundtrack has been remade with new instrumentals and vocals, much like Persona 3 Reloaded. You can now guard against enemy attacks in dungeons and stun them. You can now use the baton pass mechanic from other Persona games. Don't know what that is. An all-new combat mechanic called Send Flying lets you hit status-afflicted enemies, spreading the status effect to other foes. Prime time is like an awkward state for your party members that builds up over time. During prime time, you get a number of free turns. All skill costs 0 SP. All enemy attacks are ignored. Or, I'm sorry, all enemy resistances are ignored. At the end of prime time, you unleash a series finale attack. Atlas didn't go into much detail, but it did confirm that the original game's dungeon design has been reworked to some extent. The developers promised enhanced dungeon playability. Boom, there you go. Are you going to be buying Persona 4 Revival? Well, let me know in the comments below. Preview. I love Saboba, so give me more Saboba. Pod racing is fucking awesome, and the new pod racing type game called Galactic Racer is looking pretty cool. This is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna pre-order Galactic Racer because these previews look good. The gameplay that they showed off in this 30-minute gameplay preview looks good. What they've talked about, well, I guess it's 13 minutes, but still, during this game, it looks good. I did not have this game, or I still don't have it pre-ordered yet, actually. But I was not planning on pre-ordering this game until we saw more about it, until we knew more about it. And now that I know that it's a fully fleshed out experience, I'm more willing to spend money on this game for day one access on October 6th. So, it's more of like a roguelite, crazy enough. Even though developers aren't calling it a roguelite, they're calling it a runs-based game. So essentially, you go through the campaign and you get new parts and stuff like that for your speeder. And of course, you want to tinker with your vehicle for the very different elements in it and all that stuff. And of course, if you lose and crash out, or if you're eliminated, you'll have to start all the way from scratch back at the beginning, which that's very roguelite for a lot of reasons there. Also, planets that you race, the planet, like I said, the planets you race on change things, so you got to kind of really worry about like conditions of the racetrack. They're comparing this to MotorStorm Pacific Rift, and if you don't know about MotorStorm Pacific Rift, let me tell you right now, that is one of the most craziest climate-based systems in any fucking video game ever. So there you go. That's pretty cool. Racing feels fast. I like that. Pod racing should be fast. Racing in the galactic sense should be fast. They are comparing it to Wipeout here, which is pretty cool as well, like that series. Apparently, the racing is more tactical than people are expecting. It looks like there's shield abilities, offensive abilities. Of course, it's kind of like Burnout, so you can ram people off the road. They do respawn, but you get like that little animation of them like being destroyed and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And also, at the end of the day, it is a fully fledged out Star Wars adventure. You actually go to planets and you roam the areas and you talk to people and you buy upgrades for your vehicles, all on foot, not just in your race car, which is pretty cool too. Chatting with your rivals, being able to chat with Ben Quadraneros or Saboba. Let's fucking go, dude. They said it was a racing adventure, which tells an immersive story about the people and the world. And I can get behind that. Also, I can get behind fucking this, dude. You hear that? Yeah. Give me some more of that. Give me some of that. That shit hits so fucking. That shit slaps so fucking hard. Anyway, I'm excited about this game. Something positive finally. Something fucking positive finally. There you go. All right, next up, another preview. There is a THQ Nordic showcase coming up on August 7th. That is not. I mean, that's 2 months away almost at this point, right? It's a Friday. We're going to see games like Titan Quest 2, Wreckfest 2, The Guild, Europa 1410, Fate Keeper, Expedition Samurai, The Eternal Life of Goldman. Oh, thank God. I've been waiting. Ooh, I need more information about that. Way of the Hunter 2. This all starts up at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. British Time, and other times as well on August 7th, if you're ready for that. I'm sure there'll be other things as well shown off, too, that they just didn't show off in the trailer for the teaser for the showcase. Yes. Ooh. Coming soon. All right, we got 2 games coming soon. I'm out. I'm out, folks. I've my how long have you been going? Almost 2. I mean, it's only been 2 hours. I feel like I'm about to keel over right now. A game called No Law is coming out, and apparently this is going to be a cyberpunk adventure like people have never seen before. Kind of in the same vein as Deus Ex in a lot of ways. Essentially, you play as like a espionage spy kind of dude, and you do detective work and stuff like that around this city. First person gameplay and stuff like that, cybernetics and all that crap. It actually looks very good. It actually looks very good. No Law. This is coming from the same people who made The Ascent, so you know they have a good track record here. The Ascent is actually a pretty freaking good game. But this is going to come out sometime in 2027. If you want to check out the trailers on PlayStation YouTube channel right now. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool. I do like the more gritty sci-fi stuff, kind of like Blade Runner and stuff like that. So if Kenobi's out there, definitely might want to check this one out. And then the other game that's coming soon is a game that I've been very excited about called Tears of Metal. This is coming to early access to console and PC July 22nd. This is the Dynasty Warriors like. Where you play as a Scottish man. It's kind of a roguelite as well because you have different characters that you play as. But this game looks really fun. I enjoy these Dynasty Warrior type games. I've played about 3 of them now, and they just have fun gameplay and stuff like that. I don't know why it's releasing in the early access per se. It seems like it should just be a full-on release. But here's what the developer had to say. Tears of Metal is a medieval hack and slash co-op roguelite. Oh, it's co-op, so that's probably why. Carve through hordes of enemies to reclaim your island with the help of your formidable Scottish battalion. As you advance deeper into the trenches, uncover more about the mysterious dragon meteor and the treacherous enemy invasion. If this is a co-op roguelite, let me know who wants to play with me because I'm definitely picking this up. This has been a game that's been on my watch list since they revealed it about 2 years ago, and it kind of went silent for a little while, but now it is back and it is looking pretty good. So yeah, early access is a little bit weird in my opinion, but I think I'm willing to give this one a chance because it does look good. I like the art style, I like the idea, and it's a Dynasty Warrior like. So what can possibly go wrong? First impressions. Here we are to the main attraction. It is Star Fox. Yes, it is. Star Fox, the remake. Callus said that he just got his copy today, which is pretty cool. I got my copy around 2 o'clock, and I started playing around 3, and I played about 30 minutes, and I literally almost started crying during the intro. It gave you that the Star Fox music. The game looks beautiful, by the way, and it also plays a little bit differently than the original game. Just the training section alone is enough to tell you, like, yeah, it's a bit different now. So instead of kind of being able to do these like moves willy-nilly, you have a meter now, so you can only do a loop-de-loop when the meter is full, or like slowing down, braking, and also boosting requires meter to be full as well, so you can't just brake and boost anytime you want. The barrel roll and stuff like that is all untethered to that, so don't worry about that. And then all-terrain mode is also a little bit different now with that meter too. They also changed up. They actually added more context to the game too. So instead of it just kind of being like a map and you're going from place to place and battling Andros, there's actually little cutscenes in between the different levels. And when you do a different path, like you can unlock the way to Zone X or whatever it's called, or Zone Y. There's actually new dialogue that appears. I tested this out myself. You can actually do. You get a little bit of a different cutscene that only talks about the asteroid belt instead of it being at the asteroid belt and this. And you can choose which path you want to take. Of course, you could always do that. It's nice to see. It's nice to get a little bit extra context in there, a little bit extra stuff going on. Also, like, this game looks fantastic. Like, I know graphics aren't everything. Go suck my fucking cock, dude. This game looks really good. Like, it looks really good. The water effects are amazing. The space, this whole space looks good. The character, I love the characters. I think the characters look good. I mean, the soundtrack is like fully orchestrated. You know, much like the what was it? 3DS version was also fully orchestrated as well. But it just sounds very good. Sounds very bombastic. Like, look, I get it. We've had this game a couple times now. Technically this is the original game, Star Fox on the NES. Just souped up. Not NES, but SNES, souped up again. Like this is technically the fourth remake of this game. I get it. I get it, and also other games have been inspired by it. I get it. Steam is opening up on my computer for some reason, even though I closed it out. um, I get it, but also at the same time, like I love Star Fox. I love my anthropomorphic animals, and I love the on-rail shooter aspect of Star Fox. And I think, like, yeah, I mean, you can criticize it all you want, but at the same time, like, it's still fun as fuck, dude. Like, it's such a fun experience, and the graphical enhancement, the context to the scenes, the new control style, and also like the little new things that they throw in there, sprinkle in there. It's all very good. It's all very good. Like they completely revamped the levels and stuff like that too. Like, instead of Corneria being like completely during day, like when you go into the city, because of all the smoke billowing, it actually makes everything a little bit darker and a little bit more sinister looking, which is great. It adds a little bit more flair to it. Like when you go to Zone Y and you're battling through like the starships or whatever, it's so bombastic and so cool. And this is one of those things where, I mean, I was a little bit like, okay, it is just another remake, right? But I'm still gonna buy it because I love Star Fox. But now I'm like, yeah, this is definitely worth. I mean, it's not worth $70, but if you can get this for like $50 or whatever, I think it's well worth your time. I haven't played the multiplayer mode yet, but just the base campaign itself is pretty fun. And people will complain like, oh yeah, the campaign's short. Like, yeah, Star Fox 64 is also a bit of a short game too. Like, I mean, I'll agree with you there. Like, it is a bit short. But it does have replayability with the different endings you can get, and then also they added in the multiplayer mode, which is like which is cool. I definitely am going to try that out and play that. Also, you can be a VTuber in the game now, so kind of based if you ask me. But yeah, I think in general it is well worth my time, at least I bought it for like $60 because on Amazon if you pre-ordered it you got $10 off, or maybe it was 50 because it was $60 originally. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Look, once again, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, but like if you're on the fence about this game, you can wait for a sale on this one for sure. I think that's completely valid. But also, I think like it, I feel like like everything about it is drastically improved from Star Fox 64, and I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat in all honesty. Um, where am I at in Donkey Kong? Oh, it's that level. Yeah, the creepy one where you can change the time. Um. Anyway, yeah, Star Fox remake. I am really enjoying it. I know I haven't played much of it, but like what I have played of it has put a big smile on my face. It's been a bright spot in what has been a pretty fucking annoying week for a lot of different reasons. And yeah, I plan on playing more of it. Maybe I'll play some on stream tomorrow or something like that. Just to kind of flesh get another stream out there. I know I haven't been streaming too much. I've done like one stream like the past like couple weeks now. Um, it's whatever. It's whatever. Yeah, I think that in general, my first impression of Star Fox is like it's a thumbs up. It's a thumbs up for me. I'm enjoying it. And you know what? It that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I would talk about this more. I'll probably talk about it a lot more next week. But I'm fucking out of it, dude. This episode took a lot out of me. I will say. Maybe I won't stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll just chill back and fucking play Star Fox. Holy shit! This was a tough episode. I mean, you obviously could tell if you listened to the whole thing, but this was a grueling episode. Like this one was grueling. But at the same time, like this is stuff that I'm passionate about. Like I'm not gonna sit back and just watch as the gaming landscape gets fucking reshaped for the worst. I'm going to voice my opinion, no matter if you want to hear it or not. Like I'm gonna fucking voice my opinion. I'm gonna tell you like how I feel. And right now, I feel like Grand Theft Auto overpriced, game consoles like the Valve GameCube #2 overpriced, Xbox shooting themselves in the foot with another price tag increase. I can see PlayStation also increasing their price. Like Nintendo's raising their prices too. Like even though when that was like came out that they were doing that, I was at least it's like a reasonable price increase comparatively, right? It's $50 across the board for the two different versions of the console, right? Or the console itself, right? Um, which I don't feel like is a terrible price increase compared to $150 for Xbox, you know. And I'm not trying to defend Nintendo by any means, but at the same time, like the lesser of evils at this point. Um, I'm not. I mean, you look at the prices of the Steam Deck and the prices of the Xbox handheld console, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. Gaming, like I said, gaming feels like it's no longer for the regular person now. It's no longer just for the regular people who want a hobby, or something to wind down with after a day of work. It really does feel like it's for the rich and the famous at this point. It really does, because and the other stupid thing is they're going to give PS6, Valve, Steam Box, Xbox Series X. They'll just give Jimmy Buffett. No, he's dead. They'll just give whoever a free console. So they don't need, like, even the rich people don't even need to buy the shit, right? I remember when the Xbox Series S was coming out, they gave DJ Khaled an Xbox Series S for free, and he's not a gamer. He doesn't know what he's fucking doing. The Xbox representative who was there was like, "So you're gonna play it?" And he's like, "I'm gonna play music on it because of this big speaker on it." And it's like, no, that's just the exhaust plate. It's just the fucking exhaust plate. Oh, I love Chunky Kong. There he is. Chunky Kong, my love. How's it going today, Topaz? All right, this episode is this episode's done, folks. I think this episode's done. I think we've gone a little bit too long in a lot of ways. I'm burnt out, my lord. I'm burnt out from all this discourse. I forgot today is Thursday, and I did not edit tomorrow's Film Freaks. So I will most likely edit that tomorrow and upload it for Saturday. Anyway, I really appreciate y'all for hanging out today. I know I don't stream that much anymore, but it's good for my mental health. But I appreciate people who swing around. I do still very much appreciate people doing paying subscriptions for the streams. Like, you don't have to do that. Honestly, if you wanna end your sub, like, I'm not gonna be mad. Like, I don't stream enough for it, honestly. It is just way too nice of you guys to keep your subscriptions going. But if you ever want to talk to me or know what's going on in my life, the Discord is the best place to be, and it's also the best place to be if you want to be a part of the show. Let's fucking go. There's a whole section in the Discord for Ferret64 where you can suggest topics. You can ask questions. You can suggest topics for Video Game Jeopardy, which I haven't done in a little bit because I've been too fucking busy and also not really wanting to do it. The podcast is designed to be as friendly to the audience as possible. So, if you ever want to join the show, or if you ever want to suggest anything for the show, like that I am completely open to that. You can definitely suggest your shit, just do stuff, But I am Yummy the Ferret. This has been another episode of the Ferret64 live show. If you're watching this on other platforms, I also appreciate you as well. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. The edited version of this podcast usually comes out a couple days late. I'll try and get it uploaded on Sunday, which seems to be the usual day for the show to be uploaded. But now I've been recording the episodes now. It's actually a smaller file size than downloaded it off of Twitch, so it's actually been a little bit better in terms of upload time. But it is what it is. It is what it is, folks. All right, stay cool, stay crispy, and don't forget that you're valid and you deserve to be here. Keep living, folks. Goodbye.